Members getting swept by the Spurs in 2007 when he was with the Cavs. So I want to know, and I'll start with you first, Stephen A., because you didn't think revenge was a big factor in this. Do you think it'll play any role in this series for LeBron James?
No, I still don't. And I heard what LeBron James had to say, and I've heard a lot of people talk about the revenge factor and how they thought his words articulated and elocuted such thoughts or conjured such thoughts. That's not what I got from it. What I got from it was that you lost a world championship. You lost it on your home floor, and you're not trying to let that ever happen again, period. I recall when LeBron James went to the finals 2 years ago against the Dallas Mavericks, him bringing up how he had lost to Cleveland, lost to San Antonio in 2007. Was it revenge then? No, because he didn't lose to the Dallas Mavericks. It's just that you don't want that feeling. I'm going to put it in this proper perspective so we can all stop, to me anyway, overreacting in this respect. If you bust your tail to be the best that you can be, and you are knocking on the doorstep of a world championship, and you lose right when you're on the cusp of it all, there is very few things in life more miserable than that. You'd rather lose in the first round, or you'd rather not make the postseason half the time, rather than get so close. Get so close. It's like starving. It's like somebody imprisoned you for crying out loud, wouldn't feed you for weeks, and then take it. If you're looking for food, that's fine. That's bad enough. But if they put a steak right at the edge of the cage and you can't reach it, you're starving. And then now it's teasing you too. That to me is what a championship is all about. The championship round is all about. You work this hard to get this far, to get this close, and you still come up short. To me, that's all I got from it.
Okay, but early on we talked about this, and I said he does want revenge. It's not bad blood revenge. It's not really revenge over Timmy, Manu, and Tony. You know, it's not that kind of revenge. It's not that LeBron James hates the San Antonio Spurs. Who can hate the Spurs? Seriously. They're not going to trash talk him tonight. Nobody's going to whisper in LeBron's ear, remember 07? Remember? They don't play that way. They don't care either. They've forgotten about 07. But Stephen A., no matter how you slice it, no matter what your semantical definition is of the word revenge, it will weigh heavy on his mind tonight that he got swept by these guys, and he wants to right the wrong. That was an early blemish on what should be an all-time great career, even though he was only, 22 years of age.
And had no team.
He had some team. I'm not going to give you that. But we could argue that all day. But the point is, he was already viewed as the most talented player in the game, and he got swept off his home floor. So, big picture, there's payback here. It's not emotional payback against them for what they did. It's for what he couldn't do at that point. That's just me.
Maybe we have different definitions of it. If Patrick Ewing was going up against Jordan, I view that as payback. If you got teams like who was it? It was the Indiana Pacers with Reggie Miller. That's payback. With Reggie Miller and the New York Knicks, that's payback. What I'm saying is this. You see the Spurs twice a year. You faced them 6 years ago. You lost the championship round. To me, that's all I get from that. Now, if it's somebody, it's almost like Roger Federer. If I'm Andy Roddick, that's payback if I can get him, because I'm always getting my butt kicked by him. That's a problem. But when you face somebody 6 years ago, and that's the only time you really faced them, and you lost to them, I don't view it. It's not about payback. You don't care who it's against. You want to win the world championship. If it's somebody that you continuously get beat down by, that's where payback comes into the fold. I don't think it comes in at any other time.
Those teams you talked about, they hated Michael Jordan. They respected him, but they still hated the way he acted, the way he lorded it over them game after game.
They hated his dominion over them.
That's what I'm saying. But in this case, I believe LeBron will be driven to sweep the Spurs. And I'm hoping he'll be driven to a fault, to distraction, where I think...
Hold on, you're rooting for the Spurs?
No. What do you mean?
You said you're hoping when you...
I'm obviously rooting for my pick of the Spurs, So the point is, I'm hoping LeBron tries too hard starting tonight to gain whatever you want to call it, revenge or payback or whatever it is, because I believe in his heart of hearts, he would love it on his legacy if he swept the Spurs back.
Well, see, that's a different
in
thing.
13.
But I'm
Sure.
saying that's a different thing. If you're talking about what he'd love for his legacy, righting a wrong or whatever the case may be, that's fine. I'm just simply saying to you that I don't think there's an elevated level of incentive in my mind bigger than just winning a championship. I just think you want to get it done. If it was somebody that he repeatedly lost to, if it was somebody that he couldn't stand, that would be different. But in this particular situation, I don't think that applies. Now, me personally, even though I picked the Spurs, it wouldn't bother me at all to be wrong because I think LeBron deserves the championship this year. I just don't think he has the help because Dwayne Wade is not 100%.
It sounds like you guys have different definitions.
Nope.
No, he's not
I'm
switching
not.
his pick, but he's not saying revenge. He's saying LeBron just wants to win. So whatever motivates him. You think there's true revenge
If you
there.
watched all his comments yesterday,
He lost something. He lost something.
he had a little chip
I watched
on
him
shoulder
beat us
yesterday.
on
Can
our
I tell
home
you why I
court.
think that is?
Yeah.
I don't think that chip on the shoulder is because of the San Antonio Spurs. In terms of revenge, I think it's for the San Antonio Spurs in terms of looking at them and saying, yo, y'all better come ready to play. I mean, I think he's looking at his teammates and saying, don't leave me hanging. I'm going to need you in this series.
but he
These
was
boys are no
brazen
joke.
about saying, I cannot be stopped, right?